folks, Mel the Terrain Tutor back in the studio and back with another product overview for you. And in this video we're looking at the Sci-Fi Terrain Crate from Mantic Games. So, what's this all about, Bosicle, you're asking? Well, as you know, I'm about to start on another 2x2 feature board. This one a sort of sci-fi lava industrial sort of facility. And for the buildings for that, I reached out to our Ronnie at Mantic Games. Now, he's got this range of terrain crates, and it used to be battle zones, I think. Long ago. We've played with this stuff before, long ago. Back, I was about 6 months into the channel. I think I had about 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers. And we did a Help for Heroes project, and I built a load of terrain based off the very first sort of Kickstarter that came out of this stuff. But since then, I mean, we were talking probably about 4 or 5 years ago, there's been a few more Kickstarters, the range has expanded, and it looked really good for my project. So I thought we'd get some in, do the project with it. Now, the reason for this specific video is, as I do this project and all the lava stuff, people will ask me, where's the terrain from? I want a video where I can point them to where everything's in nice and contained. So we've got a product overview video. So here we have a beautiful big box from Mantic. Shall we have a look what's inside? Now, I have obviously taken a peek, you know how these things go. So if I'll pop this open. What we're going to do first off is pour out the open packets. Now, they don't normally come in open packets, but obviously with Mantic sending the bits to me, yeah, one of them they just put the bits in for me. I think they put a big mixture in. Now, straight off, as you can see, yeah, let me get a blade. So, the Mantic sort of battle zone systems, they work on a 3x3 tile system, and it's from Dead Zone. So, if I give this a little open and just show you, would help if I actually cut it and not just took the lip off it. Yeah, they come with all these panels. Now, these panels are essentially, yeah, there you go, 3x3 inches. Okay, so it's all modular. It'll all clip together. And what you basically get is you get these connectors. Okay, and these connectors come, they're straights, they're angles and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and it's just a simple matter of getting a connector, getting a piece, drop a connector in one side, drop a connector in the other side. Might be better if we do it the right way around. There we go, let me get that on camera. And as you can see, they connect together. Now, there's 2 connector points on every single sort of side, so you can connect them up, you can build them up, yeah. There are angle ones, so you can do right angles, inside angles, and all that sort of stuff. They've got all the bits here. Now, I think the best thing to do is, very quickly, let me take you through what sort of panels they've got. And this is their, I can't remember the damn name of the set now, so I'll put it on the screen and we'll throw a picture up while I sort these panels out. So, after quite a bit of sorting, I've got them all down. Now, if you come down and take a look, you can see that it's quite an extensive range. Now, this is just out of their basic sort of like, this is their core pieces, if you know what I mean. So, if we take a quick look at them, what have I got here? Well, mainly here we've got the 3x3 panels. Okay, and they come with basic walls, industrial stuff. I'll take you through them in a second. Then what we've got is we've got the sort of half panels, and then we've got all the gribbly bits. Now, the gribbly bits are one of the reasons I like the Mantic range. When you're doing sci-fi terrain, it's not so much the buildings and stuff like that. You can always make them. I mean, I knocked this one together out of some foam. But the gribbly bits that you add on to them, the doors, etc., and all that sort of stuff, whereas there's a door in there, yeah, they're difficult to craft. So if you can find a good supplier of the gribbly bits, the interesting bits, it's a massive bonus. And Mantic's range fits quite well. So let's go through it. Right, you've got the main, 3x3s. Now these are industrial pieces. Yeah, you've got a couple of doors. You've got this door, and it comes with its corresponding door. There's another door. Where's the other door? There's the other door. Yeah, and once again comes with a door. And then if you want a larger door, yeah, there's this one here. Now these come as a door and a side piece. Obviously you double them up, and then you end up with a large door that you can open that allows vehicles through and that sort of stuff. Now, on top of that, we've got obviously the window pieces. And then we've got some structural ones. Yeah, a little fan there which goes with that bit there. And then we've got some roof bits, some gantry bits. On top of that, we've got the half pieces. Now these are 3 inches by 1.5 inches, so essentially 2 of those will fill 1 of those. Yeah, and we've got various gantries and various sort of defensive platforms, walls that you can clip on. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. It's full of interesting stuff in this. Yeah, there's a longer one here. Now that works specifically with some of the other kits which have diagonals on, so they are longer than 3 inches. I'll show you those in a moment. And then we get onto the gribbly stuff, and you've got loads of stuff. You've got like barrels. Yeah, tons of barrels. You've got radar dishes, buttresses, laser guns, lights, ladders, single panels. There's a load of these sort of things in as well. Yeah, now these are little supports. I know they're tiny. Yeah, but it's all designed to connect together. So for example, these buttresses, okay, they're actually designed, yeah, that you can go and they do an outside turn. So one there and then, yeah, they go like that, so you can get an outside right-hand corner with your buttressing on. It looks really good. Now on top of that, you've got extra things like these panels. Okay, now these panels are simple add-ons, and all you do is you come along and you just add them onto one of these pieces to make it more reinforced. And I did some really interesting stuff with all of this. Have a look at a couple of these pictures. Now, all of that terrain that we did for that Help for Heroes project, that was all done with one big box set. It was called differently back then, but essentially the box set I've just shown you, that's what it was all made of. So if you integrate these pieces into polystyrene, into other builds, and get a little bit creative with them, they go a long, long way, guys. Okay, now obviously the range has expanded since then, so let's carry on with the terrain crate and do the next stages. Now, there's the landing zone. Now I've got 2 of these for the project. Yeah, I told Ronnie, yeah, I tell you what, send me 2. I'll aim to use 1, but if I need to use 2, yeah, I'll use, you know, and if I don't, yeah, I'll send it back to you, mate. Yeah, that's like, you know I'm going to use both of them. Yeah, but we've got the, the landing zone, sorry. Now, on top of that, we've got the, slide those over there. Yeah, we've also got the industrial accessories, and this one I'm really interested about. Now, the landing zone I saw when it came out, back in the day. It was an extension on the Battlezone stuff. And it is pretty much very similar to all this stuff. It all fits together, all this goes together. But this, I'll tell you what, these Mantic punts, I'm collecting tons of those. Yeah, now this stuff, if I move that out of the way for you guys, yeah, it comes with the pretty standard ones, so, yeah, you've shown you those, yeah, you've seen those. These are just more of that stuff there. Yeah, there are some different panels, and I'll do my best to dig those out, but I want to show you the really interesting stuff. Yeah, they're just doors. And yeah, you see those. Right, more connectors. Okay, straight off. We've got a different type of floor here. Okay, now this one comes with an access hatch and it comes with the panels to go on it. Yeah, so that's an additional 3x3 that's custom to this set. But this is the more interesting stuff, guys. So, are they both the same? Yeah, I think they're both the same. This is what makes it more interesting. Okay, and what you've got is, yeah, you've got triangular pieces. Okay, now obviously this really expands what you can do with the kit. When the kit first came out, it was very square. It was all right angles, and there were very few sort of triangles or other angles in. And I really bullied Ronnie, to be perfectly honest, about getting them in there, because it really breaks the kit up and it allows so much more flexibility. And lo and behold, there was another sprue design which was sort of like the angle sprue. Yeah, all these used to come on sprues when you first got them. You have to clip them off the sprue. Now they come in packets. But we got this angle sprue. Now, in this sprue, yeah, you got these. Now these obviously allow for for more interesting designs, but they also take these pieces rather well, these extra ones I was talking about earlier. So you can build up your barricades around your landing station. Yeah, on top of that, you got these large supports. These are so you can set it up off the ground, and they all do still click and connect together. It's really good. Yeah, they come with these sort of feet connectors, and that's how they all connect together. And then on top of that, there's a nice little set of stairs. So I always consider the landing pack, yeah, this one, yeah, to be more about the angles, okay, than anything else. Obviously, you get a whole load, yeah, of other pieces in there. Yeah, radar dishes, laser guns, plus all the wall panels, doors, windows, etc. That's what these kits sort of work like. A bulk of the standard panels for the bulk of your building, then a selection of not customizable ones, slightly different ones to allow you to customize each build to something specific. So, I should take a photo of that. Give me a second. So that was their landing zone kit, or as I prefer to call it, the Angly Bits box. Okay, now just one quick comment. Obviously I showed you the big mega box to start off with. Mantic do these in different sizes. Okay, obviously they've sent me the big one because it's just easier to send me the big one than a couple of smaller ones. But if you don't want to go in with the big box, there are smaller boxes of the core pieces as well. Now, moving on. Now before we move on, there's another little bit of the range that I need to just show you. Now I don't really have any pieces of it because it wasn't sending the shipment for the lava build, but I have used them in the past, and the Sci-Fi Terrain Crate, they have these ruin bits in. And if you look at these bits, these are the last few bits that I have from my previous project, but it's enough to sort of give you an idea. Now what the ruin building set is it's basically the original sprues, but all with damaged pieces. Now I've only got a few corner pieces here. There's a whole load of the full panels cut in half with quarters missing with holes through them. I'll throw a few pics up. So you can see how that stuff would add on to the additional sort of sprues, and you know, you can make basically a ruined city and ruined buildings out of it. I did quite well out of that stuff with the Help for Heroes. But one little thing I do want to show you out of the ruined stuff is, yeah, they've got these cool rubble connectors. Now these are different to the normal connectors. They've got the connectors on the other side as usual, and basically what they allow you to do is connect the pieces. Not those ones, they're the ones that go hold together. There's two sorts. Yeah, there's connectors for the panels, which go like that. And as you can see, stop wiggling it. I need another connector on the top of there. But basically you can see how that makes a rubble pile at the base. Okay, and that's for building up, you know, from where you'd have rubble falling off from where the damaged buildings was. It's an aesthetic thing. Now on top of that, you've got these ones. Now these have got these sort of connectors at the back, and if I've got one, yeah I have, these go together and they basically form little rubble piles that you can place around your terrain. Yeah, really nice, really simple. So that's the rubble ruined accessories. Like I say, I don't have any of the bigger plastic pieces to show you, unfortunately. But I wanted to make sure that if we're going to cover the Sci-Fi Terrain Crate, we cover the range, you know what I mean? So, that's those. Right, moving on. Now, moving on, we're on to something that I haven't had a chance to play with. I'm really interested about. Okay, now this is another extension to their terrain crate. This is their industrial accessories. Now this is apparently all pipe work, conveyor belts and motor stuff. So, let's have a nose, eh? More Mantic boys. Right, okay, so I'm literally unboxing this. I haven't seen these before. Yeah, so you're along for the ride. Now, pretty typically, they double it up. So one of these bags will have the same as the other bag in. And quick look, it does appear to be that way. Here, just put me plastic. Right, let's pour these out and see what we got. Okay then, right. Move those to there. Yeah, you can see those nice and clearly. Right. Conveyor belts first. Okay, so you got 2 bags. Each comes with the conveyor belts. So you'll end up with 8 conveyor belt pieces by the looks of it. They've got the connectors on. Yeah, that we'd expect. So they can connect to all those gantries and that sort of stuff. This actually looks like it's beveled. So the idea there, I imagine, is that will provide a slope piece. Yeah, so I quite like that. Right, moving on, we've got these. Oh, they're big chunky engines, aren't they? Can I fit that in? Yeah, I can. I don't want to force it quickly on camera. That's going to take a little bit of wiggling. But it will go. I'm not going to force it on camera because I don't want to break it before the what you call it. But there you are. Lovely little engine block there. I don't want to say there you are. We've got typical stands and that sort of stuff. Engine mounts. These pipes. Right, that seems to be a vat of some sort. Perhaps that goes straight against the wall. More clips. Smaller pipes here for small pipe connectors and that sort of stuff. I like those. I'll have fun with those. Okay, and then we've got the larger pipe sections. Now these come in 2 halves and you essentially just glue them together. Yeah, and we've got a normal pipe, we've got broken damaged pipe there. We've got curves, we've got crosses, we've got T-junctions. And then what we've got is a series of connectors. So, yeah, I imagine if we get that one and that one, put those together. All the way around, basically. Yeah, and then these will just simply drop straight on top of those. Will they? They should do. What am I missing here? Or do these go... Ah, right. Yeah, that's it. These go into these connectors. That's how it works. Yeah, and then they will go onto there. And so you've basically got a load of different end caps for them. Yeah, obviously another bag, duplicating it up there, so you get quite a lot of bits. Now these are going to be really interesting. When I go onto my scar builds with the industrial facility, there's going to be a lot of piping and lava and that sort of stuff. So I'll be using these quite a bit. Once again, gribbly bits like these are great for when you're building foam board or polystyrene buildings, because the pipes, the conveyor belts, they're the stuff we struggle with crafting, but they're the things that sell the terrain as more than just foam board. I mean, when you look at foam board builds, if you've been around gaming long enough, you immediately recognise them as foam board builds. You just, because of the lack of the other details, you know, everything's 5mm or whatever. When you start adding this sort of gribbly stuff in, yeah, it starts changing it up and it distracts from it just being a foam board build, and it makes it so much more. So really do like these pieces. Now we've got 2 more boxes to look at. So I'm going to just get into... Do you remember what it was like when you were a kid? Yeah, I don't know if it was like this if you were into Lego as a kid. I was massively into Lego as a kid. You can imagine, can't you? But I used to have the big box of Lego, and it was in a big blanket in a box. So the blanket could come out, get dropped on the floor, it could get spread all over the blanket. And I used to spend hours of my childhood fiddling around looking for just that one little square. And I'm sure lots of you have done it as well. And I'm just about to push all these lovely gribbly bits into the mass pile. I think I'm going to need a blanket for these. That is going to come back, and that decision is going to come back and haunt me when I start building. My recommendation to you is to keep them in their boxes so you can easily find them when you need to build them. You can just watch me swear on the vlogs as we build the Scar build and I can't find the right connector. So, right, we've got 2 more boxes to look at, guys. Now, this is completely new stuff. This is off the back of their Star Saga Kickstarter, and it's internal stuff. And I haven't played with it yet. I haven't even seen it. And to be truthful, I haven't properly taken it out of their box. So, we have Starship doors. Now, box, just plain and simple, doors. I like doors. Doors were another thing that are incredibly difficult to craft, but just add so much more to your build. So we pop these open. Oh, they're in a bit of plastic. Yeah, right. So what have we got? Ooh. Right, so they're the same. Yeah, they're the same. Different plastic. Okay, to the normal battle zone stuff, the normal terrain crate stuff. Really strong. Yeah, so. Right, so we've got two, it looks like we've got 2 main types of doors. We've got the angular ones, which are quite nice, and then we've got these curved ones as well. Okay, now they're the main large doors. You get, I looked at 8 main doors, that's plenty, and then you get what looks like, how many have we got here? 10? 12. 12 smaller doors, and there's a mix. From what I can tell, these are the 3 main types. So, we've got a single door with a window, single door, that's a splitter by the looks of it, and single door with a split across the middle, so that's an up and down door. Yeah, now all of them come with the bases, so they stand. Yeah, and I'll get a quick photo for you right now. Not a bad little set of doors, eh? So that is their Starship door set. Okay, great addition. These are designed to be mainly used on playable tiles and stuff like that. Star Saga is it's a bit like a dungeon crawler in space. Okay, and so that's why they have the stand up and they haven't got the clips that tie in. But we're going to integrate these into our Scar build on the inside. So, yeah, very nice. We'll slide those up there. Right, last box. Now, Starship scenery. Interesting. So, Starship scenery looks like an interesting collection of gribbly bits. I do like my gribbly bits. So, whoa, no, don't want to do that. Once again, in a plastic case. Ooh! Ooh! Right, okay. Right, looking at it, it seems to be mirrored. Yeah, Mantic do a lot of this, you know, doubling up sets and stuff like that. So, it looks to be mirrored. So, what we've got here, we've got there, what we've got there, we've got there, what we've got there, we've got there. So, we've got that. I see something floating in there. We've got some tables and some chairs. Now, these have come out slightly warped, okay? It can happen with plastic and resin pieces when they come out. They can get slightly warped. It's not a problem. All you have to do is dip them in some hot water. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate that now. Bit of a time warp moment, but let me show you what I mean by straightening them up. So here we've got one of our panels, and as you can see, it's come out of the mould, and as it's cooled, it's warped a little. I've got a cup of boiling water here. Yeah, I'm just going to dip that in there. Warm it up a little, straighten it up. Now normally you should have some cool water to drop it into to cool it down so it sets pretty quickly. I normally do this under the hot tap and then the cold tap. You get it with quite a few miniatures and stuff like that. But if I very quickly hold that up, yeah, you can see how I've straightened that there. Yeah, it is as simple as that, guys. Now I've demonstrated that, I haven't actually done it yet, but I'll slide it in the video. Yeah, we'll get cracked on looking at this. So obviously these bits will have been straightened up, you'll have seen them straightened. Yeah, we've got gun racks. I like those a lot. What else we got? Barrels, crates, some sort of data computer with drawers in it. Computer panels, I like those. Another computer panel. And what's this? Oh, like some sort of set of shelves with a cabinet and that sort of stuff. This is the stuff I love. Yeah, the gribbly stuff, you know what I mean? As I keep saying, these are the difficult bits to replicate. So if you can pick yourself up a set of something like this to throw into your build, it just takes it up to the next level. So I am well happy with that. So I'll get a photo of this lot for you, and while I'm doing that, I'll straighten those for the clip you've just seen. Yeah, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap this up, guys. And so that was the Starship scenery set. So if you take a look, yeah, some really interesting pieces. As I said, I haven't sort of straightened these bits out yet. I'll do those when I come to do the build, and I can do them at home nice and quick and easy and with a hot and cold running tap rather than having to boil the kettle. Yeah, it's a lot easier, but it's an easy fix. So that is a broad overview of the Mantic Terrain Crate Sci-Fi set. I think I pretty much covered their range, to be perfectly honest, in that area. Really good. I really like them. I've got a lot of experience with the old, with the old Battlezone sets. And I know from, and you know from the pictures that I can do some interesting stuff with that. With the addition of the doors, the gribbly bits, the industrial bits, we're going to be taking it up to a next level on our Scar build. So that's my next job. I need to start sitting down with this lot and start figuring out what I'm going to build and how I'm going to build it, because I've got to build towers, gantries, landing platforms, internal factories. I'll make a rod for my own back, don't I? So anyway, yeah, genuinely check these out if you're doing sci-fi builds, whether you're after building pieces, whether you're after industrial pieces, or whether you're after internal gribbly bits. Yeah, the garnish that comes with the Terrain Crate system is brilliant, so it's well worth checking out, guys. I highly recommend it. I've got to figure this all out, straighten a few bits out, a couple of bits there, there's only a couple of legs, won't take me long, and figure out what I'm going to build out of all of this. I'm quite excited. Right, I'll wrap it up there. Right, if you've got any questions about any of this, get it into the comments, guys. You know, I answer my questions. As always, like it, share it, and if you do appreciate videos like this, helping you with your hobby, then there's always the Patreon thing. Yeah, $1 a month, that's all I ask. It's not enough for a coffee, it's not enough for a pork pie, it's barely enough for a packet of crisps nowadays. But you guys all coming together with that $1 do keep the lights on, the cameras rolling, and keep me smiling in here making these videos for you, and hopefully an epic lava board. It's going to be brilliant. Look at so many toys. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to call it, and I will see you in the next video. All the best, yeah? Ta-da.